strangely today. The stall here seems to be absent and things are very, very quiet. So we'll see what's happening now in a little while. Yeah, they found the money eventually after 4 years of pleading poverty. They found the money for the ramp here at the PRO-CATHEDRAL. 2009, in the wake of the Murphy and Ryan reports in Ireland, the victims of Roman Catholic clerical abuse in Ireland were promised a memorial. We're still waiting. The Roman Catholic Church have been asked to fund this memorial. We're still waiting for this memorial. Just right here where this stall was on a Sunday, a lot of homeless people and people with addictions used to gather here at this spot, and many of them were friends of mine, and they were all welcomed by various members of the congregation, but obviously they are not welcome now by certain people in the congregation and the hierarchy of the Roman Catholic Church in Ireland. This is a church that claims to follow Jesus Christ and is now banning the homeless and the beggars from outside the cathedral. They are claiming that this stall that was handing out free coffees to vulnerable people is now attracting the wrong kind of people to the front of this cathedral. This is your Roman Catholic Church in Ireland in 2014, under the command of Archbishop Dermot Martin and the administrator of this cathedral, Father Damien O'Reilly. I heard it was stopped altogether. Is that not true? I heard it was finished altogether. I heard that it was stopped because they're attracting the wrong type of people around here. Beggar. I heard it was stopped because they're attracting the wrong type of people. Attracting too many homeless and beggars and attracting the wrong type of company. Costing too much, handing out free coffees. Do you not hear that? Well, it's designed to collect funds for the choir, isn't it? No? O'Reilly on today? Is O'Reilly on today? Still waiting for them to take me to court. I'm still waiting for them to take me to court.
Well, I think you're beginning to push your luck. I'm not too impressed, John, now of late.
Why?
Well, you've been I think you've been going from peaceful picketing, as they say, to being a bit. So.
How would that be? To being a bit what? To being a bit what?
Aggressive.
Opposite. I came here very, very vociferous.
I'm just saying, as I.
Well, you're entitled to that opinion.
As I see it.
You're entitled to that opinion. That's your opinion. I got a solicitor's letter. I'm waiting for you to take me to court. And all you have to say behind me back, come into the court and say it.
Listen, you see, that's what you're saying. I'm waiting for you. You're associating me with.
Well, you've just said that you're not impressed. So why? Why are you not impressed?
I'm not impressed with your behaviour.
What behaviour? My behaviour is no different than it was in 2010. If it's anything, it's a little bit quieter.
Well,
I'm not going in protesting in the cathedral anymore, am I?
I have said to you before, we'll agree to this.
Yeah. But that's what you've said before. But that's not what you're saying now.
No, I'm saying No, you're saying one thing and I'm saying different.
You're entitled to say what you like.
That's right. So
I haven't changed my opinion in the one. I haven't changed my opinion one bit.
Nor have I changed mine.
As long as that Catholic Church keeps blaming society and doesn't put its hands up to its crimes, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to stop. I got a solicitor's letter. I'm waiting for this crew to take me to court.
You keep telling me about it. You showed it to me.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
I'm waiting for them to take me. And you've said that you're not one of the ones that I threatened. So who in there did I threaten? Why don't they take me to court if they have evidence that I threatened people?
Deal with them.
No, but I'm speaking to you now.
Yeah, you're speaking to me.
Yeah, but you've said you're not impressed with my behaviour. What behaviour? What behaviour? Just voicing, I'm entitled to do what I do.
I just said to you, yeah, but it doesn't impress me.
Why? I don't do it to impress you. I don't do this to impress anyone.
But you were much more considerate before. I think you got.
When? What was I considering of?
Considerate.
Considerate. And what is changed in the church?
I'm not going to get into an argument with you.
No,
I've stated
I'm not.
my case, you've stated yours. Okay?
Okay, take care. Bye. Take me to court on this letter from the 9th of July. All the lies you put in the letter to Mason, Hayes and Curran. When are you going to back up the false allegations, lies and insinuations and your letter from Mason, Hayes and Curran 9th of July, Father Damien? When are you going to stop blaming Irish society for the crimes, for your crimes, the crimes you've committed against children? Father Damien, when is the Roman Catholic Church in Ireland going to put their hands up to the crimes they committed against children and the unmarried mothers of Ireland? When are you going to put your hands up to your crimes and stop blaming Irish society?
Nothing else to do.
Father Damien, when are you going to take me to court and back up all the lies and false allegations in your letter to your solicitors? I'm still waiting. On the 9th of July you sent a letter. Come up to court and back up all the allegations you make in your letter. There's plenty of money now for a ramp. Where's the memorial to the victims of your child raping priests and your baby trafficking nuns? Selling babies all over the world, raping our children. Where is our memorial? Father Damien, when is your church going to put their hands up to the crimes you've committed in this country? When is you and Archbishop Dermot Martin going to stop blaming Irish society for the crimes of your church? These are crimes. We don't want reports. We don't want audits. We want these criminals brought to court and we want justice. Cover up after cover up in this country. Your church is responsible for crimes. You are responsible for the rape of children. You are responsible for the selling of babies throughout the world. Child trafficking. The Roman Catholic Church are the biggest child traffickers in the world. When is your church going to put their hands up to the crimes you have committed? You have committed hideous crimes in this country. They are crimes. When are you going to put your hands up to these crimes and admit that they were crimes? And hand over the culprits and stop covering up for the rape of our children and the selling of babies by your nuns in this country. Mass graves of children. Mass graves, unmarked graves. Magdalen Laundry, Hyde Park, Archdiocese of Dublin. No records kept of children that were dumped in the ground. Down in your crypt you have 900 bodies of your own benefactors. You dumped children in mass graves. You think the mass grave in Tuam is the only one. You know, the same as Archbishop Dermot Martin knows, how many mass graves there are yet to be made public in Ireland. How long do you think you can hide behind the Gardaí, hide behind courts, hide behind judges? These are criminals. Your organisation, this is not a religion, it's an organisation, it's an evil organisation. Put your hands up to the crimes of your church.
Ceremonies took place today to mark Remembrance Sunday in honour of those who died in 2 world wars and later conflicts. The Taoiseach and Kenny laid a wreath at the War Memorial in Enniskillen, and Ireland's ambassador to Britain laid a wreath at the Cenotaph in London. Wreaths were also laid at events in Belfast and in Dublin.
Taoiseach and Kenny repeated what he has done for the past 2 years. He travelled from Mayo over the border to participate in Enniskillen's Remembrance Day ceremonies. A group of retired Gardaí was among the crowds gathered around the War Memorial, where an IRA bomb claimed 11 lives in 1987.
I've met some of the survivors, and I think of those who spoke at the time about it, Robert Wilson and some of the others. So there's a certain poignancy about Enniskillen, and I think it's significant, you know, to have the Taoiseach able to come to Enniskillen. It's a privilege to do so for the 3rd year in a row.
As happened with his predecessor Eamon Gilmore, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Charlie Flanagan, attended the ceremonies in Belfast. Other dignitaries present included Northern Ireland's First Minister Peter Robinson. Over in London, where Queen Elizabeth led the commemorations, Ireland's ambassador to Britain, Dan Mulhall, laid a wreath at the Cenotaph. This was the most significant government-approved involvement in the London ceremonies since 1946. In London, Belfast and Enniskillen, the gesture was to lay a laurel wreath among the poppy wreaths. Tommy Gorman, RTE News, Enniskillen.
In Dublin, they remembered them. The Taoiseach, US and British ambassadors all arrived. The Lord Mayor of Dublin defending his attendance.
But in the commemorate those who killed.
I commemorate all men and women who died in wars.
Remembered especially the hundreds of thousands of Irish who fought in World War I, including Michael Colton's father.
They are really being remembered the way they should have been at the start. They were treated very badly when they did come back. I'm feeling very proud. I know that everything that was terrific.
St Patrick's has held a remembrance service every year since 1919, but now there are calls for it to be more inclusive.
The bullets that flew made no distinction between a Catholic or Protestant, Muslim or Jew. Death was the leveller. And I think if this ceremony in St Patrick's can reflect that commonality of death, and perhaps one way of doing it would be to move on a rotational basis the ceremony from St Patrick's to the PRO-CATHEDRAL.
Quite possibly, we have our 100-year tradition which will continue, and people will continue to come here. This isn't, strictly speaking, although it's in the context of the church farming service, it is ecumenical.
Armistice Day will be marked here on Tuesday at Glasnevin Cemetery. Helen Donahue, RTE News.